Hello there and a very good evening. This is Biz in Focus. We're joined today in our studio by Pakistan's Acting High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Dr. Hamid Zipporah. Good evening and welcome, Dr. Zipporah.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you also.
Dr. Zipporah, Sri Lanka and Pakistan have shared very strong, positive bilateral relations across the decades. How do you envisage trade and connectivity between the countries improving with key infrastructure projects becoming operational? Let's start off with the near future.
Well, I would like to put it like this. The strong bilateral relation between Pakistan and Sri Lanka has matured enough that it should be described as a friendship. And basically it's a friendship. The whole idea about this thing is that there is no compulsion actually for the two countries to have the relationship as such, because we don't have the common borders, we don't have the common culture, we don't have the common religion, but there is very, very strong will on both sides, and there have been reasons for that the two countries would like to have not only a strong bilateral relation but a very strong friendship which is already very firmly placed. Coming back to your question, yes, in the post-conflict period, both countries, they have expanded their relations very, very successfully into the large number of other areas. You talked about the economic relationship is the most important relationship, which the leadership of both sides have already identified and agreed upon that this is the future area of activity. It's not that the other areas of activity would be lessened, but this would be the main focus. And in today's world, I think soft power and the economic power is much more useful rather than having the hard power projection. So the two countries are now very, very busy in promoting economic development and the relationship, commerce and trade. As far as the connectivity is concerned, I will come back again to the economic development, but sure. As far as the connectivity is concerned, the two countries, they don't have direct land border, or the only connectivity is either through the air or through sea routes. Sure. Yeah. So I understand that with the current situation in Pakistan, and there is, you might have heard about the China-Pakistan economic corridor. Sure. This is something which is connecting directly China with the port of Gwadar and port of Karachi. So in itself, it's a gigantic, massive project, and the overall layout of this project is about $61 billion. The work is already started. Gwadar port is operational. The roads are being increased. So tomorrow, this is the way where Pakistan would be opening up to Central Asia for the lots of countries, not only China, but also there you see Sri Lanka would have the advantage of getting through Pakistan into the Central Asia. Right. Yeah, there are complementaries between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. For example, I would like to say that on maritime sea lanes, Sri Lanka has got a very special strategic placement, east and west, and little of the north and south also. The same thing is happening on the land. Gwadar is the most deep port in the world, naturally. So tomorrow the future lies with Gwadar. So both Pakistan and Sri Lanka, they have got special strategic locations. Sure. In their own rights. So today, Sri Lanka is having this thing, and tomorrow Pakistan with Gwadar's full operationalization, and there is one initiative which is called Karak Corridor, which is basically Central Asia Regional Economic Corridor. So all the corridors from the entire Central Asia, from the Russian Federation, from the Eastern Europe, they actually converge and diverge from Gwadar. So that's not very long that it will be operationalized.
So you do foresee that Sri Lanka too can benefit from this?
Sure, there's no doubt about that, and that provides the strategic linkage between the two countries in connectivity as well as in economics and trade. So as far as the economic activity is concerned, both the leaderships have already decided that we should cross the benchmark of $1 billion in shortest possible time. During the visit of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif to Sri Lanka in January 2016, it was agreed again, and Pakistan has taken many concrete measures in that regard. For example, my Commerce Minister visited Sri Lanka 3 times in 2016 and 15.
Right.
Then we have institutionalized what you call is like single country exhibition of Pakistan. So next January we are going to have the 3rd edition of that. So this is what is the importance of this? It provides a huge platform to the business communities of both sides actually to explore the opportunities. So the economic relationship is on the upward now, the trade is increasing. In addition to that, if you allow me, I would like to mention, because this is important for the viewers to know, that Pakistan has granted Sri Lanka the status of the focus country for the year 2017. Under that scheme, Pakistan will provide a dedicated pavilion to the Export Development Board of Sri Lanka at the Expo Pakistan 2017 in Karachi, which is happening in November.
Right.
So roughly 30,000 or more international and domestic buyers visit that expo. So that way Sri Lanka should be able to project and showcase her products for the exports. So it is exposure not only to the domestic market of Pakistan but also to the international buyers.
Fantastic. Dr. Zipporah, Pakistan is also an Indian Ocean power. Now, we are discussing the recently released book, An Enduring Friendship, Sri Lanka and Pakistan by Arshad Qasim. Now, in his book, Qasim touches on the potential of maritime trade and shipping. Now, oceans are still the highways of trade. What role do you think Pakistan can play in the Indian Ocean maritime domain?
Well, Pakistan is part of the Indian Ocean. It's not, because Arabian Sea is ultimately part of the Indian Ocean. So Pakistan has got all interest and stakes as far as the Indian Ocean security and the maritime trade is concerned. So we are already talking to our counterparts here to have some mechanism whereby all the countries benefit from it. So as I already mentioned that on maritime trade, Sri Lanka is the hub.
Right.
On the land trade, Pakistan will be the hub within the next 2 to 5 years. So this is a strategic complementarity between the two countries. So we are going to be part of the Indian Ocean mechanism, whatever it is. We don't want anybody to be excluded.
All right, we're in conversation with Pakistan's Acting High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Dr. Zipporah. We're going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Biz in Focus. Our guest this evening is Pakistan's Acting High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Dr. Sarasa Ahmed Khan Zipporah. We were talking about the evergreen relationship between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. The relationship has evolved through the decades. How do you see this relationship further improving, enhancing and evolving into the future?
This relationship is being continuously nourished by the two sides and at the highest level. During the last 2 years, there has been a massive flurry of the exchanges and the visits. First, the President of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Maithripala Sirisena, visited Pakistan in April 2015. Then this was followed by the visit of the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mohammad Nawaz Sharif, in January 2016. Then President of Pakistan came on a short trip over here in March 2016. So these are the high-level visits, highest level visits. In addition to them, there have been a lot of other visits. 8 to 9 ministerial visits had happened from Sri Lanka, and similarly large number of visits have taken place from Pakistan during this period. And we have seen a lot of, so I mean, this is a continuous process which is happening. And these visits, high-level visits and other institutional mechanisms which are at place, like for example Joint Economic Commission, like for example the political consultations. So these also provide additional impetus to keep these relationships moving and propelling forward. So I am very confident that this relationship will increase in its strength and in its scope in the coming days and the coming years. There is a resolve and commitment on both sides. So definitely I see a very bright future for both the relationships in all the fields: political, defense, culture, cooperation, education, people-to-people contacts, assistance to each other, and also helping each other in the time of need.
Dr. Zipporah, the book An Enduring Friendship, Sri Lanka and Pakistan also focuses on this evergreen relationship between the two countries. How timely and how significant do you think the launch of this book is, and how important is it for us to have pieces of literature to discuss such significant matters?
I think it is in favor of both countries and both the nations that they should know their story. They should know the tale, and this is a beautiful tale, and this is very timely because it is coming out on the 70th independence anniversary of Pakistan. So we have actually held the book a little just to launch it on a very auspicious occasion. So that was an auspicious occasion.
Sure.
And the book is a good guide about that what has happened in the past and what is going to happen in the future. They give you some sort of indicators. And otherwise, the relationships which are important for two countries or the two nations, they must be written somewhere, they must be analyzed, they must be studied. So this is the book which will provide the foundation for future discussions. And it is for the both countries. And I would like to share with you that we are coming out with the Sinhala translation of this Enduring Friendship book.
I think we can show our viewers
please.
The cover page of this book.
And
it's called
it has got a symbolic meaning.
Sri Lanka and Pakistan.
If you, I mean, this is, you see now how the two countries are linked with each other. If you go to the back cover, this is Shah Jahani Mosque in Thatta. And this is one of the temples on the front cover, one of the temples. So this is the linkage between the two countries.
Dr. Zipporah, most people are unaware of the shared history of Buddhism between the two countries, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. How has Pakistan taken measures to preserve and protect this history?
All right. I mean, this actually, if you talk about the Buddhism and Gandhara, the link goes back to about 2,300 years. So it was a time when this entire region, what you call now Pakistan or parts of it, of Pakistan, was basically the cradle of the Buddhism and Gandhara. Gandhara is Pakistan is the only place where Gandhara was actually was evolved, and then it reached its zenith. So there have been 1,000 years that the Gandhara and the Buddhist civilization has been there in that place. Actually, Taxila is the first university, so-called, I would just like to say, because at that time the term was not used as a university, but it was the excellent center of learning.
Sure.
And where the people from all over the Buddhist world would come, the nobility, the royalty, and they would send their sons there for the training, for the post-graduation. And there were 60 subjects which were offered over there. So, and then they would also learn about the arts, architecture, warfare, statecraft, philosophy, arts, and everything. So that was one of the first place of learning of the Buddhism. We are very proud to have them. We have got lots of remnants of the holy relics, and also the places where the monks would be living, studying, and exchanging views. monasteries, the oldest monasteries, and then we have got actually the hill capital is there in Pakistan, in Takhbai and Mardan places. So it's a beautiful place to visit. And for promotion of this thing, yes, Pakistan has now started. We have taken this, taken many delegations from Sri Lanka to Pakistan just to show that what we have over there. And whosoever has gone there, they came back very, very happy. And I hope that now a lot of queries are there, and we hope that very soon the tour packages will be coming out and the people will be going there.
So religious tourism
yes. And not only religious, it could be both, I mean a mix of leisure and religious or spiritual experiences both.
Incidentally, Takshila has the same identical meaning in the Sinhala language as well.
Right. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. Thank you very much for that information. If you allow me, may I show some material which we have published about promotion of the tourism, particularly Buddhism and Gandhara in Pakistan.
So this is called Majestic Pakistan.
Yeah,
I believe this is in 3 languages.
This is in 3 languages, English, Sinhala and Tamil. And we have kept Tamil because I mean we in deference and the respect of the both the official languages of Sri Lanka.
Absolutely.
So this material is available. If anybody would like to obtain this, they can contact the High Commission of Pakistan.
All right, we're going for another short commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Biz in Focus. Dr. Zipporah, both Sri Lanka and Pakistan are cricket-crazy countries. How has the game managed to bring both countries together?
There is no doubt about the craziness of the cricket in both countries. Actually, I mean, Pakistan as a friend has assisted Sri Lanka to develop the cricket in this country, and also assisted Sri Lanka in getting to the International Cricket Council and its membership and getting the status for the test. So that is how I mean both the nations they have come so close to each other that if Pakistan is playing, Sri Lanka will support. If Sri Lanka is playing, Pakistan will support. There are many incidences where we can quote. One was in Lahore, where you see Australia was playing against Sri Lanka, but I mean in the book it is mentioned, and you may also that Sunil with Muni, who were there at that time, he has said that even Sri Lankans would not support our own team like the Pakistanis have supported Sri Lankan team. So that is the spirit. When we were like in this ICC Champion Trophy recently lifted by Pakistan, so similar sentiments were running high in Sri Lanka. Even when we play, both sides are playing together like the series, even then there is no hard feeling, there is no hurt feeling. Both the players are very comfortable with each other. So yes, it has created a lot of passion between the two nations, and also a lot of goodwill between the two nations. I think cricket has played a great role in cementing the ties also.
All right, speaking of cementing ties, another area which we find a lot of collaboration and cooperation and understanding is defense. What opportunities are there in the future to further bilateral defense ties?
Defense relationship is very strong and vibrant. It was, of course, given the priority during the conflict period. But after the conflict is over, it doesn't mean that the defense ties have gone away. Still, the two military establishments, they are in touch with each other, and there are exchange of visits. There are training programs from both sides, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. They provide training to each other. Then there are a lot of research work which is also going on. So, the nature of the cooperation has changed. I would say rather it has more intensified now, because we share a lot of information with each other, and we look at that what is needed by Pakistan from Sri Lanka and what is needed by Sri Lanka from Pakistan. So the relationship is going on.
Right. Dr. Zipporah, you also spoke about the Pak-Sri Lanka Knowledge Corridor just before we went into a break. Can you elaborate on what exactly this is?
During the visit in January 2016 to Sri Lanka, my Prime Minister, he promised to your leadership, in the view that you see the public sector universities of Sri Lanka are not able to accommodate maximum number of students which are actually eligible. So he came up with the idea, under the Pak-Lanka Knowledge Corridor, there will be number of opportunities which will be created for the Sri Lankan students for the higher studies, for the professional studies, and those are in the universities of Pakistan. And I would like to mention here that we have got more than 162 universities, both public and private, and they are big universities and internationally very well recognized. For example, there are 3 universities of Pakistan which are in the top 1,000 universities of the world. Both the countries, they recognize the degrees of each other. The degrees of Pakistani universities are recognized by the Higher Education Commission of Sri Lanka. So this will be like, there will be, the number of scholarships will be increased many folds. And at the same time, those students, those who would like to go on self-finance basis, they will be given the national treatment. What I mean by the national treatment is that they will be given the same treatment as say a Pakistani student is being given in terms of tuition fee, accommodation and all that sort of stuff. So this is something which is futuristic again, so that the relationship should thrive and would continue to thrive. There are a lot of other trainings which we provide and a lot of other scholarships which we provide in addition to what I am talking about under the framework of Prime Minister's Pak-Lanka Knowledge Corridor.
Dr. Zipporah, my final question to you. Sri Lanka is moving into an era of accelerated development. How do you foresee Pakistan's involvement in development assistance?
There have been many ways in which Pakistan has been assisting Sri Lanka in its accelerated development program. There were some internal, some external, some of the rehabilitation from the war-affected families. But now Pakistan has offered, or rather it's a mature credit line of about $200 million, which will be used by Sri Lankan government for the development projects. I believe that this is going to assist Sri Lanka in meeting a lot of its objectives and goals toward the socio-economic development. So this is our contribution which we are making to the people of Sri Lanka, and I'm very happy with that.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Dr. Zipporah, for joining us on this edition of News First, Biz in Focus. We'll see you again soon. Good night.